Players Forum is your source for informative basketball talk about mentorship, education, and community. The ball is in your court. This is your Players Forum.
What up, world? I'm Coach Mike.
And it's Agent Tee, and you're now tuned in to episode 9 of the Players Forum. What's up, Coach Mike? How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. And we'd like to welcome our new audio-visual guy, Mr. Saul. Can I say your last name? Mitchell Peters.
That's right. SP. That's what I know him as.
He's on board helping us out. Takes a lot of work out of my day. So I definitely appreciate you being here to help us out. So we got a really good episode today. You want to go ahead and give Mr. Ryan a formal introduction here?
Absolutely. Okay, so our guest today is a retired 11-year international basketball pro, proud member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Inc., a husband, father, and entrepreneur who is also making an impact in his own way with life after basketball. Let's welcome my man, Ryan Holmes.
Man, I appreciate you having me, brother.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you, family. I know it's been a long time coming. I've been excited to have you on the show for sure.
Yes, he has. He has not stopped talking about when are we going to get Ryan on the show. So happy to have you here, Ryan. Hope you're well. Hope your family's well.
Yeah, we good. We blessed. I'm happy to be here, man. Mike, that's my boy. For real.
Okay.
Man, appreciate you, family. So, again, like I said, it's been a long time coming, man. We've been talking about having you on the show because of just the things that I've known of you to accomplish over the years, man. Of course, you're somebody that I've said a bunch of times that I look up to. You've just done a great job in your community, and then also with basketball, you know. So it's just been great. It's just been great to have Ryan for sure.
Okay.
Appreciate that, bro.
So, why don't you give us a little background, where you're from, and a little bit about your basketball upbringing?
Okay. Well, originally from Chicago Heights, born and raised. For those that don't know, Chicago Heights is right outside the city, Cook County. Like I said, born and raised there, man. Basketball probably put in my hands. I was about 3 or 4 years old. Basketball fanatic. The first person I really loved was Dr. J. I was a Dr. J fan, big time. Then, of course, eventually it was Michael Jordan. But graduated from Bloom High School, well-known basketball high school. Yeah, man, we had some pretty good players over the years. Once I graduated in 1999 from there, went on to college in Little Rock. But born and raised in Chicago, man, I try to get back to the Heights at least 2-3 times a year. This whole Corona thing has slowed that down, but I try to make sure that I get home as much as possible.
I did not know you were from Chicago. No
Oh,
wonder.
Yeah, of course. No Chi-Town brother.
Yeah.
You know, we tend to meet up a little bit, you know, when we leave home. I don't know how, but Chicago people always find each other.
That's real.
Well, definitely through basketball, let's say.
So where are you currently residing? Since you said you visit in Chicago 2 to 3 times a year, where are you now?
I'm in Houston, man. We my wife is from Houston. We bought a home right outside of Houston. Been here, man, about as long as I know her. To be honest, about 11 years. Even when I come visit, but yeah, this is home, man. Ever since I left Chicago, I knew I was gonna stay in the South. Went to school in Arkansas, got a taste of this warm weather, and I ain't want to let it go.
You definitely sound like Coach Mike. He came to Cali and never went back.
Man,
and it's been about 12 years.
Those winters are brutal up there.
Yeah, I bet.
Man, hell no, man. Them snow days, even as a kid, was crazy. So I knew I wasn't going back.
Straight up.
All right, so I want to get into a little question here with you. Talk about the transition from playing basketball as a youth and transitioning into your pro career. And of course, drop your resume for the listeners to know.
Okay, man, I had a tough go at it early on, man. I was what I would call a late bloomer. And a lot of it was because of my confidence or lack thereof, I guess I should say. But when I was younger, 5th, 6th grade, a lot of confidence, real nice on the court, real little bitty guy, whole lot of heart. Junior high come along, high school come along, I'm not growing. My sister was taller than me. My little brother was taller than me. And it just shot my confidence. Like, it killed it, bro. Like, it killed it. I had a lot of issues going on at home, so I'm battling that. I'm battling my confidence. I played my freshman year at Bloom. Did not play sophomore year, did not play junior year. My senior year, like the summer before, bro, I grew 10 inches in the summer. Like, you know, they say growing pains. Like, I was literally going to the doctor like every 2-3 weeks because we was confused as to what was going on.
What's wrong?
I'm marking up my mother wall. And at first she cursed me out about marking up a wall. Then she started helping me. Grew about 10 inches, man. And you from the area, you know how it is, man. If you didn't play in that summer league circuit, the likelihood of you getting on the team was slim next to none. But a lot of my peers are like, you know what? Just try, you know, you got to try. You nice, you taller, this, that, and the third. So I went out there, man, and I made the team on pure effort, bro. I was running lap around a lot of my teammates during the tryout. And coach just kind of called it out on you know, right on the spot, like, he gonna make my team just off pure effort alone. So that kind of started to build my confidence. Went to a JUCO after I graduated, got a nice coach, also kind of poured into me. Didn't really like the school. It wasn't my idea of college. So I ended up going to HBCU in Little Rock, and that was literally the best thing that could have happened to me. I'm still connected to that school. I give scholarships to that school. I just got it. As a matter of fact, 2 years ago, I was inducted into the Hall of Fame, Athletic Hall of Fame, which was, bro, I got chills, y'all, like, because I just a remarkable accomplishment for me. So went down there, man, started finding my way, building my confidence, playing, a lot of people pouring into me. And as my confidence grew, my game grew, you know. By the time my junior year, I was averaging about 27 points a game, and I ended up hurting my ankle. By the time the season ended, I was about 18 points a game. But my senior year, bounced back, was super nice. Ended up being a All-American, so that was a blessing. Then Hodge, you know Hodge. Hodge and my parents.
Hodge. Who was Hodge? We gotta get the listeners.
I always call him Hodge. I've been knowing him all my life, man.
We all do, yeah. But
Hodge helped me get overseas, bro. Like him and my parents, my whole family, they all grew up together. So Hodge called and was like, "Look, man, pack your stuff up, come to LA." You know what I'm saying? So that was the move. And found out my oldest son was on the way. So I couldn't just bounce like that, you know. So once I graduated, you know, I got to tend to my responsibilities, and I went for the summer league. I went out there, did work in the summer league.
Which summer league is this?
When they played at the Pyramid in Long Beach.
Okay. Yep.
So they used to play at the Pyramid, and what they did was a lot of NBA teams, probably about 8 to 10 NBA teams, then some free agent teams. Hodge put me on. Actually, he coached, and that's when he was the shooting coach with the Lakers. He coached one of the free agent teams. So we out there getting it in, man, and I was kind of, you know, making a name for myself, and that's how I got my first job, man, my first opportunity. And let's rewind a little bit. My college coach was the first person that verbally told me, like, you supposed to make money playing basketball. God rest his soul.
Who's your college coach? What was his name?
Coach McGraw. He was the first person that ever told me that. And, I've never known him to be a liar. You know what I'm saying? His truth used to hurt sometimes. Like, he was just.
That's right.
You know, he's just gonna tell it like it is. So he told me that, man, and then Hodge, then my pops, and then, you know, it's just building. And get over there, do my thing. And my first job, man, I went to Jordan, and that's a whole nother story. Just shell shocked and just the whole nine, man. But it was really about confidence, bro. Like, if you looked at my high school team, nobody would have thought, not even myself, that I would have been the one getting a check to play this game. You know what I'm saying? We had some killers, bro. Buny Green, CC Malone, like we had some players, bro. Like, so just never would have thunk it, you know. And as that confidence grew, bro, I knew it was on, you know. Once I kind of figured myself out.
So, you know, through those ups and downs, you know, there was a lot as far as what you go through. It still was a blessing. I heard you mention Craig Hodges and then your other coach. What was the support? Did you have the support there like that? It sounds like you did. Well, talk about that support throughout your career.
Good question.
I never felt like I had it when I was young. You know what I'm saying? But the older I got it, it was always there. I just wasn't receiving it. You know what I mean? And everything is self, man. And that's whole nother conversation. But the older I got, I started realizing it's on me. How I respond.
Well, that's the conversation we in right now. Okay. I want you to, elaborate on that. What you mean?
So when I say it's about self, man, at the end of the day, whatever I think, feel, whatever, that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I didn't necessarily know that when I was younger. The older I got, I started to realize it. Didn't all the way figure it out until I was a full-grown adult. You know what I mean? But when I thought positive, I got positivity. When I thought negative, that's what I got. You know, when I didn't think I can do it, I didn't do it. When I thought I could, I would. You know, and I had a lot of support, man. But I've always had the support. It just wasn't coming the way I wanted it to come. It didn't come gift wrap. You know.
That's right. So break that down, because I felt like I could relate to that as well. And I think a lot of the guys can relate to how to receive help. Are you open to the help?
Yeah.
I think I was like that. I don't know if I was even open to the help. You had people that was talking and, you know, Trish is funny. But absolutely, like I really, really think that that's so important to really understand that when someone's in your face trying to give you the game that you may need to excel, are you willing to really receive it at that time in your life? You know, I think it's really just about maturity. Are you ready for that?
It is, bro. It really is, man. Because it was always there. Once I started responding to it the proper way, that's when it became effective, and I could use it and I can build on it. You know what I mean? But I had a lot of support, man. Like. And I don't even want to name too many names. I'm gonna miss somebody. You know what I mean? Like I was, you know how it is. You in college, you broke. And, you know, I got cousins sending me a couple dollars. My mother, I got teammates building me up, and you know, all the support was there. You know, and then even when I got overseas, thank God for my wife. I met my wife. I was in Syria. I was in Syria before all the chaos.
Okay. Wow, man. Shout out to Syria too.
For real, man. And it's so crazy, man. The love I get from them on social media, bro. Like, and you know me, Mike. You know me pretty well. Like I'm real in tune with my spirit and myself, man. Like when I'm getting chills again just talking about Syria, just because of the way that they treated me. You know what I mean? But I met my wife there, and not there. Sorry, when I was in that season, and I had. 3 seasons before that. So take them 3-4 seasons before, compare them to when I had her, whole different ball game. It's just easier to deal with things when you got somebody you know that's in your corner. And don't get it twisted, my parents was there and all of that, but when you have a significant other that's like, okay, let's do it. You know, get it done. Do this, you know.
Ain't nothing like it.
Big difference. So support was always there, man. It came in, you know, from different people, different ways. And I kind of understood my personnel. I always tell people, man, know your personnel. Depending on how I felt when I was overseas, I knew who to call because I knew what they was going to give me. You know what I mean? I knew what they was going to deposit into my bank. If I just needed somebody to listen to me, I'm going to call my pops because he's a good listener. You know what I mean? If I need some encouragement, I'm calling my mother. You know what I mean? I need a little bit of both. I call my girl. So just knowing your personnel, man, and the support was always there, though, bro. Like it really was.
All right, so you are a certified Q dog. I'm only doing that. You know, I just love doing the hook. I know I'm not a part of it, but I know a Q dog. You feel me? So. Nah, I really look up to the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, man. Definitely a guy like you that represents it so well. And you told me so many stories about, you know, how you guys are basically together, man. You guys have each other's back. You're always helping each other. You're networking. So can you give us and the listeners your experience and why you chose to be a part of this Black fraternity, man?
Oh, man. So growing up in the Heights, I had no idea about no fraternities and no sororities. This is not what we saw.
Right.
I'm thinking Omega Psi Phi and all two different things, whatever. So I get to this HBCU and I see all these different groups, and me, I'm pro unity. I like for us to be together. So I'm seeing all these different groups and they together and they hanging. I'm like, man, that's the coolest thing in the world. But me, I come to graduate and hoop. So that's what I'm. However, I see these guys wearing this purple and gold, and every time they see each other, they speaking. I don't care if they pass each other 50 times in a day, they speaking. At noon, at 12 o'clock noon, they go on the plot. Even if it's for 5 minutes, sometimes it's for a couple hours, but this is like clockwork.
So what's
like,
the plot?
You know what?
What's the plot?
So it's a little Greek plot, a little area that we had at my school. And every organization had one, and they'd just come hang out. But the bros was there daily. Some groups, and this ain't knocking nobody else, but the bros was there daily. You feel me? So when I'm seeing this, I'm like, damn, that's just cool. You know, that's just pretty dope, right? So, but at the end, but in the back of my head, I'm here to graduate and hoop, right? So I'm still battling that a little bit. Long story short, man, I see some Kappas come offline, and they doing their thing, man. They doing their thing, and about 4 or 5 bros come walk down the stairs, get on the plot. The whole crowd, about half the crowd shift down to see what they were gonna do. So I'm like, who is these dudes? Like, why they ain't even doing nothing? Why they even care about what's going on with them? So it kind of had me stuck. Do my little research, find out Michael Jordan, the Q, all the different people Qs. I'm like, wow.
That's what I was gonna ask you too.
This is
there's a lot of big names attached to that fraternity.
It is.
Man, so.
So
who was a few of those guys? I know you see Shaq. That's always throwing up the hooks, man. Who else?
Jordan. Who else? You got me stuck right now. I'm trying not to name just athletes, but Vince Carter. And I actually met Dog. Carter G. Woodson. He's the godfather of Black History Month. So it's a lot of Dr. Charles Drew. He created the first the blood transfusion. So it's plenty of athletes though. So I'm trying not to just name athletes, but it's a lot of famous Omegas, man. But friendship is essential to the soul. When I heard that motto, I was sold, because I feel like friendship is essential to the soul, and I felt that way before I ever heard that. So once I heard that, man, linked up with my LBs. I actually got them tattooed on my back. We all do. These are my brothers for life. You know, I can tell you many stories, bro, good and bad. When my sister passed away, I was in Saudi. They beat me to the house. They was with my mother when I got there, you know. I got married in Jamaica. They were there, 70 plus people, they were there. So they're my dogs, man, for life, you know, and not just my LBs, but see, keep on doing it. I don't know what's going on.
When you say with LBs, what is it? I know what that stands for, but what's
line
the
brother.
LBs? That's right, your line brother. So what's the importance of your LBs? Because you said you got them tatted on you. So explain to everybody what the line brothers and what that mean.
My line brothers are the ones I went through the process with. Those are the ones I pledged with. Those are the ones I linked up with. And I was a tail, so I only had one person that I was linked up with. That's my 6. He's actually in Arizona, but it was a total of 7 of us, and I was the 7th, the tail dog. But all of them, my brothers, connected for life, man. Like, seriously. And then I actually was the dean of another line, meaning I brought them in. So it's 6 of them. And those are my neos. Those are my dogs as well. So I got a good 12 people I know without a doubt. No matter what's going on, I call them, they're going to be there.
Man, that's an amazing connection, man. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, man, and it's even deeper than that, man. But those are the, you know, I got chapter bruh, stuff like that. You know, anywhere I go, man, I'm good. You know, right. And it's a good feeling. But friendship is essential to the soul. That brought me in, and seeing the work in the community, because I've done that before I got in the frat. I done it while I was in, and till I leave here. So seeing all of that, man, was what kind of brought me that way.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, now that you retired from the game, you know, what keeps you motivated beyond the game?
Oh man, true freedom, bro. In the essence of not having to trade my time for paper, quote, BKA money, or, I don't want to have to trade my most precious asset for money. I want to be the catalyst for my family not to have to do that. Ain't no I want to be, my bad. I am the catalyst for my family not to have to do that. So that's the motivation, man. That's the driving force, period, to be able to break those generational curses and not trade your most precious asset for paper. Like, that's really what I love to do. And one of my things I'm gonna do is,
that's a bar, Ryan.
once I hit this next little level, I want to take that back and help guys that's trying to get ready to lead a game. Because that's a scary feeling, man. I think a lot of people don't really understand it or talk about it. I don't care if you're playing overseas, NBA, it don't matter where you play. I done talked to T-Mac here, Hall of Famer, talked to plenty of people that played overseas. When it's about time to wrap it up, whether it's health or happiness that's causing you to go, or skill, whatever, it's scary. So I want to be able to help guys be prepared for that. You know what I mean? So a combination of those two things.
Absolutely.
Is what pushes.
Man, I totally agree with you with that, man, because I mean, even for myself, I didn't know when I was gonna shut it down, but things started to just fall in place where I had to choose. Yeah. And for me, I just chose the path to continue to stay around the game, whether it was with coaching and just helping guys and mentoring players. And we had this conversation before off camera just about how, important that is. And you're right, it's a very scary feeling to know that something you've been doing majority of your life, is now about to come to an end, and now you're out of the so-called bubble. And now you're into the real world. So how do you adjust to that? What skills have you acquired over the years that can prepare you for life after basketball? Yep. So it's real trippy, man. That's a real deal. So so what's next for Ryan Holmes? Basketball or beyond the game?
So as far as basketball, man, I pointing to my boys, really. I don't really have a desire to coach. I do want to build young guys up through the game, though, but I feel like there's enough people training and coaching. I want to build that mind, man. I want you to focus on the finances and understanding that and the professional part of it. But I point to my boys on the basketball end. Outside of basketball, I am hell bent on making money while I'm asleep. The truth be told,
passive income.
That's what I be on, man. It's been about almost 2 months now. I get up probably about 4:45 and I study for about 2 hours, about day trading. That's what I want to do, So, and once I get that under my belt, I want to be able to teach it to my boys, teach it to guys. It's people overseas. You overseas for 6, 7, 8 months. Bruh, do something with that time,
Be productive with that time.
Be productive with it, man. So that's what I'm doing. I'm literally pledging myself. When I'm about to frat, I pledged for 13 weeks to become a bruh, and that's what I'm doing to myself to learn these markets, and understand that. So, because I don't know a lot of people from Chicago Heights that look like me that can read charts, and break these things down like that, and that's what I want. So that's really it, man. That's what I be on. I want it while I'm asleep. I don't want to trade my time for it, because that's something we don't get back.
That's right.
So today's episode is all about life after basketball, and we're talking about moves that players are making on and off the court, lanes that they're carving out, and the impact that they're making. You actually founded an organization called One Thumbs Up. Can you talk a little bit more about your organization?
Cool. Yeah. So my mother and I created One Thumbs Up shortly after the transition of my little sister. And this is actually a painting of Rainier. We called her Nene. And this happened when I was in Saudi. Mike, was that the season you were there, or was that the next season?
No, I came the year after.
After, okay.
Yeah.
So I was in Saudi. I played in Saudi 3 years. The first season I was there is when Nene transitioned. This was January 14th, 2011. I'll never forget it. Me and a good friend of mine, my boy Wayne Oliver. Shouts out to Wayne.
Shout out to Wayne Oliver. Who is Wayne? What's Wayne so famous for? What is he known for, fam? Just for the listeners.
Man, that poetry, cold.
Cold gang.
I'm talking about that's a bad boy, man. I actually got his book somewhere, man. It's nice, super nice. But me and him had played against each other. And whenever we can, and you know how it is in Saudi, man. I used to be at your spot all the time. Whenever I can link up with guys I really vibe with off the court, that's what I'm gonna do. So before I had Mike, I had Wayne. So we played each other, and Wayne stayed at my flat. And mind you, that game we went at it. You know what I'm saying? My team was better than his. I think I probably had like 55. He probably had like 49. And we kicked their butt though. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Wayne, you watched this. I gotta let that part be known. Y'all lost, but we kicked their butt. Go back to my spot, hit the mall, get us something to eat, come back to the flat. We playing the game all night. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, real quick. I don't want to take this from you, but you mentioned something that I know we mentioned in the last episode. Can you explain to the people, like you said you went to the mall to get something to eat. Why did you go to the mall in Saudi Arabia? Please explain what the mall looks like in Saudi.
Only other malls I've seen better than that was in Dubai. Other than that, listen, top-notch malls. Everything you want is in there. You know what I mean? It don't matter.
Crazy.
Anything you want is in there. You better be mindful the days you go, because they might say something. But other than that, everything you want is in there. So I go in there, eat, chill out. You know, even if I want to play some video games, you can do whatever.
You can ice skate.
Listen, bro, you can do whatever. So we go over there, get us something to eat, come back, play the game to the wee hours of the morning. We sleep. I wake up, I get my phone, and my phone lit up, bro. Like it's lit up. And I've been in situations like that, and and I tell people, man, the game is easy, bro. It's here, especially when you're so far away.
Right.
The smallest little things are intensified. Big things is like your world is just, it's just ended, So I already got that feeling because I know when my phone is lit up like that, this ain't nothing good.
Wrong.
Right, something's up.
Phone lit up, man. I don't even know who to call back first. And then I see a Facebook message, and that person will remain nameless.
That's right.
But they said way too much in a message. You know what I'm saying? For this situation to be fresh. I found out my sister had transitioned through this person, apologizing. So when I see this, I'm like, I'm still not putting it together. So call my dad. Hey, what's going on? And he usually cool, calm, and collected. He wasn't no good. He could, but he got it out, bro. I blacked out. Wayne, a pretty big dude. Y'all probably about tit for tat. You know what I'm saying? He about 6'7".
6'7".
Got some size on him.
Yeah.
And I blacked out. He said I was hitting stuff or whatever. I've never blacked out in my life. And he kind of grabbed me. Now, me and Wayne played against each other and with each other in Syria. So we got about 4 or 5 years we've been knowing each other. He lost his sibling. You know what I mean? And I just know the Most High put the right person with me. You know what I'm saying? That could kind of help me calm down because I was gone, bro. Like I was a wreck. And one thing about the Middle East, they deal with death totally different from Westerners. And I don't want to say it wrong, no disrespect to their culture, but if I'm not mistaken, it's like you mourn for like 3 days, and then it's like they with Allah is good.
Right, everything's good.
Let's move on,
right. Yeah, move on from it.
So I'm doing my best to explain to them, no, that's not how this gonna go. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, before I got there, this team was 6-16. We were like dominating my first year. Yeah. So they so worried about me going and not coming back. I said, listen, get my flight now, or I'm gonna get my flight and I'm not coming back. But if y'all just get my flight, I'm gonna leave all this stuff here. I'm gonna pack the lightest bag in the world. I'm coming back. Right. So eventually I get my flight, I go home, and it's so crazy, man. I don't even have it, man. I found the original poem I wrote of my sister a few days ago. But I wrote a poem that I read at her funeral on the plane. I get home, like I said, all my people there, my frat brothers met me there, and it was bananas, man. Here I am having the game of my life, and my sister is dying. You know what I mean? And that's essentially what happened. Basketball was never the same for me. It was never the same for me. Mind you, that was my best season. Actually, both of them. My whole time in Saudi, I played my butt off. Some of my best basketball, but I wasn't really right mentally. You know what I mean? First time dealing with depression, like true depression. Anybody that know me know I'm crazy about my kids. I didn't have Ray at the time, but I had Ryan. I went 2 weeks, didn't talk to my son. Wasn't shaving, nothing. I was just going to practice. I get on the court, I'm killing, go home. That's all I wanted to do. That's all I was doing. And it was like that for a while until it's just the universe, man, the Most High give me what I needed. We were in some small town, and I had took a nap before the game. Mike, you know how I go. You have your little routine, man, and you don't want to deviate from that routine. Right. So one of my, we had our little shoot around. I come back, eat, shower. I'm gonna take me a nap. Now I woke up out my sleep, and thumbs up.
Came to you.
It's thumbs up, Ryan. It's thumbs up, because before that, I was gonna start a nonprofit called Ryan's Rising Stars. And I was just gonna help people that kind of grew up like myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nope, that's not it. It's thumbs up. Now, mind you, it was thumbs up because that's how we communicated with Nene. That she would have a seizure, she would be a little bit out of it, and my little brother was Terminator crazy. Remember the first Terminator when he go down in the lava with his thumb up? Yeah. It's crazy, but used to do that to her. Like, hey, don't try to talk, just put your thumb up and let us know you're okay.
Yeah.
And she would do that. We know she's good. If she didn't, then we, take her to the hospital, call the ambulance, whatever. So that was how we communicated with her.
So what was that your sister suffered from? What was that?
Epilepsy. My bad. Yeah, epilepsy. Yeah, and she had her first seizure. She was 9 months old, and by 3 she was diagnosed. And bro, I'm talking about she multiple in a day, 20 in a day. One of the strongest people I've ever come in contact with, and I don't say that lightly because I've seen her endure a lot of stuff to be so little. The doctors should try to hide little needles behind their back. She tell them, "I know what you got. It's okay." I'm like, geez. And she made me stop being squeamish about getting shots. So thumbs up popped in my head, and even acronym popped in my head. This happened in a nap. Truly helping uplift many by simply using perseverance is what popped in my head.
Wow.
I look up on the internet, what's the color for epilepsy? I never knew this. It's purple. Wow. Nene loved purple because I love purple. Purple is the color of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Yes,
so
it is.
I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's kind of just flowing.
Yeah.
And thumbs up what it was initially. That was trademarked, so we end up going one thumbs up. Offering needed empowerment, truly helping uplift many by simply using perseverance. And I wanted to simply tell Nene's story. Anybody that came in contact with me, I was gonna make you almost feel like you knew her, and I was gonna help people. She was really unselfish, y'all. If she had $20 and it was her and 3 friends, everybody getting $5. I don't care if you was the worst person in the world, then he gonna find something good about you. Oh, well, he got pretty eyes. He didn't kill somebody or something. Ain't no telling what the hell he did. But that was her spirit, and I wanted to embody that. I think I've always been a pretty giving person, but not like her. So after her transition, I wanted to just take that on and really be about that, So that's what we've done. This year, 10 years. Unfortunately, we did not have our 10th annual due to Corona. I battled with doing something online and all that, but I just decided against it. We've given out thousands in scholarships, assisted a lot of people. A lot of people that came in contact with me and told me that they've saved people and helped people that had seizures because of the education we've given them. So
amazing.
It's been great, man, and it's extremely therapeutic for myself and my family as well. True enough, we are helping people, but I would be lying if I didn't say it was therapy for me as well, man, because it is still a struggle. Her being so young, she was 17, bro, was getting ready for prom and graduation, and we end up, my sisters walked to get her diploma. And I never forget, it was NPC with flowers there, so, but we do the best that we can, man. I always speak her name, always call on her. I think that's one thing that our people don't do enough of, is paying homage to those who transition. Energy never dies. I've always felt like that. So, but yeah, that's what it is, man. We just turn a negative into a positive, and help as many people that we can come in contact with, man. So, that's what it is.
And so, there's always this thing, when we give back, there's always some type of like personal reward or some type of personal fulfillment, whether that's helping a young player or just a young person, period, change their direction in life, giving to those less fortunate. What would you say is your personal fulfillment, within your organization? What do you get out of this most?
Empowering and educating people. And it was really originally just about epilepsy, and then I had to switch gears. I was like, it's gotta be what Nene would do. So next thing you know, we helping people, kids with cancer, you name it. We in the mix, but it's really about empowering not just them, but the parents, educating people in the unity though, and bringing people together. A lot of people don't know a lot about epilepsy. So that's what I enjoy. I think I have I was blessed to galvanize people. Something I kind of shied away from for a long time. I have the ability to bring people together. And I never forget the pastor that was on the yard at Philander Smith College. It's a private Methodist college, so there's a church there. And he told me this, I never forget it. He said, Ryan, I need you to listen to me and hear me well. I said, yes, sir. He said, you have the ability, the uncanny ability to bring people together. They're going to do whatever you say. My concern is what you telling them to do. Are you telling them to do something bad? Or are you telling them to do something good? He said, that's something you're going to have to figure out on your own. He said, but, the sooner it be for good stuff, the better it's going to be. He told me that 20 years ago, probably longer than that, about a good 20 years ago, though. And it was true. But yeah, that's what I enjoy doing, empowering people. You'll be amazed. Just the smallest little thing. It'd be small to you, they never forget it, and it helped them.
It's all about how you make people feel, man.
Right.
Yep. The feelings is what count.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I say whether you play, professional sports in the NBA or abroad, most athletes, turn to their community to give back. Why do you think it's important for athletes to kind of focus on community relations before, during, and then after they're done playing?
I think it's extremely important to pour into the next generation.
Yes.
At the end of the day, that's who's going to lead us into the next phase of this thing. It's not going to be us. It's going to be them. So we got to equip them with everything that we have.
And what we've learned.
To push the envelope further. I think it's extremely important. And not just the youth, though. Whatever it is. And this is something I enjoy doing. On my birthdays, I like to give back to the homeless. I like to, because I know I can get people to come party. So, hey, in the midst of this partying, let's do this. For the first time, I've done it in Little Rock. I've done it here in Houston. For the first time, I got to do it in Chicago Heights, which was amazing, man. That was the last time I was home, February. Cold as I don't know what, man. I got probably about 40 people. We outside on the Sunday. Yeah. Right before Corona kind of hit, man. We went home, had a whole little weekend, played a charity game. We partied. We partied. Yeah. And then collected a couple $1,000s worth of toiletries, clothes, all type of stuff, man. And it was just not just for the homeless people, but also for my peers and my family to just get together and look what we doing, y'all. We helping our people. We can't ask or depend on other people to help our people. These are our people. You help your people. You know what I mean? Right. one of my favorite proverbs, if not my favorite, is the African proverb. It says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. Yep. And I live by it. So I just think it's extremely important, man, to give back and to pour. If you pour into yourself enough, it's going to overflow into them.
Now, are you getting, when you say peers, are you getting other basketball players involved in your organization as well? How do you, mesh the two?
So, with your, and I speak on the event in Little Rock. I have it all centered around basketball, of course, but I have a Greek game. So there's members of the Greek fraternities and sororities. Some of them played overseas. Most of them haven't, but also get a non-Greek game. Now, most of them didn't play ball, like high levels of basketball. Right. And just off leaning on my relationships and friendships, bring them all together to have this weekend. And it's a beautiful thing, man. We go from Thursday to Sunday. The news, the radio, the whole city of Little Rock. You would think I was from Little Rock, I promise you. The way that they treat me is a blessing, to say the least. That's why I would say that's my second home. I live in Houston, but this is my third home. Chicago is my first, Little Rock is my second, and then here. But that's what I do. My ultimate goal, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna bring a group of guys from Little Rock to come to Chicago Heights to play, and then vice versa, and just connect those two communities. Yeah.
Awesome. So, what advice would you give to the up and coming player, like when it comes to thinking about their future, the importance, things we were talking about as far as giving back?
Well, I'm gonna start with as far as their future. Get as comfortable as you can being uncomfortable. That's what the growth is. I always tell people, for a woman to have a child, it takes 9 months. It's all type of pain that I can't even really comment on because I don't know what it feel like. But I've been around it enough to know it hurts. But the most beautiful thing comes from that pain of being uncomfortable, a whole life. That's what they need to do. Whether it's on the court, you know what I'm saying? If you know it's a flaw in your game that's uncomfortable to go to the left, your butt needs to be going left.
Go get it. Don't run from it.
You feel me? Lean into it. If it's off the court and it's something that's nudging at you and pulling at you, like we really got to be in tune with ourselves. You gonna tell yourself what it is. The question is, are you listening? You know what I mean? So whatever you telling you, listen. Period. You know what I'm saying? Lean into it. Go find out what it is. Make sure whatever you dream, it scare the hell out of you. If not, it ain't big enough.
That's right.
That's what I would tell them. As far as giving back, find out what's near and dear to your heart. It can love. It don't matter what it is, man. It's some room to pour into whatever that avenue is, and you put your own little touch on it, your own little spin, but it's extremely important. Bottom line, you'll change your life before you know it. I promise you.
Absolutely, man. Ryan, this has been amazing, man. That's why I had to get Big Bro on the show. I had to, because I know the knowledge you got. You a heavy book reader, and that's what I'm saying. Those little attributes that I saw that you had in you is what I wanted to take from you when I first met you, man. So I appreciate you so much.
Let me pick on you real quick.
Pick on me, please.
Listen, man. When we was in Saudi, and I didn't know it, you know what I'm saying? But on the court, Mike is a beast, okay?
Big beast.
Yes, we know.
He not talking about the game, though. I know where you going with it.
We know.
Listen, no, but I'm talking about the game first. You know what I'm saying? You'll match your problem for most. You know what I mean? You can dribble the ball 6'7", you can shoot mid-range, nice, jump just as high as anybody else, So game super nice. I'm like, damn, buddy, nice. You know what I mean? I didn't have to be too concerned about it because his team was trash. So I didn't have to be too concerned.
His what?
His team.
Oh, yeah.
Team could be
I love y'all though.
And I understood how I had a year over there before that. So I understood how to get the win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But on the court, had all my respect. You know what I'm saying? So find out he from the crib. Oh yeah, we gonna link, right? So get around Mike. Mike got a short fuse. So, Mike ready to go off on anybody.
Facts.
We get to talking and building, and I could see that he was kind of listening to me a little bit and taking my words in. And I used to always just try to do my best, man. You got to be cool, man. Relax. Don't let these people get you frustrated. It's all good. And he started kind of listening, man, and we just kind of grew from there. But I was like, man, once you get that little short fuse, make that longer, somebody got to pay you. They're going to have to. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to.
I've been working on it. No.
Listen, man, my boy used to be ready to go off.
Yeah, I know.
Man,
hey, Mike, don't get him.
Don't get him, baby.
Don't get him, man. It's all right. We're going to let him make it tonight. We're going to be all right. But yeah, that's my boy, man. Good people. For real.
Yeah.
Appreciate
well, why don't you give us your social media, your website, all that good info there so people can find you?
Oh, man. Rhino Holmes on Instagram, RYNO Holmes. Took a little Facebook break. It's not deactivated, but it's still on there. It's Ryan W. Holmes Sr. Like I said, I've been pledging myself with these charts. Also, I am a serial entrepreneur by heart. There's 1865. You can go to 1865fashion.com. For all those that don't know, this is the year that slavery was supposedly ended, but that's another story. But go there. One thumbs up is one thumbs up, ONETHUMBSUP on Instagram and also Facebook. Follow us there as well, and just be looking out for some big things. We had to skip this year as far as one thumbs up, so it's gonna be bigger and better next year, I promise you. And we're just gonna keep on pushing the envelope, breaking these generational curses and building.
Absolutely, man. Ryan Holmes, man, it's been a pleasure. This has been another great, informative Players Forum podcast episode. Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me.
I want to thank you guys for all tuning in to the Players Forum. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. You can visit our website, our nonprofit, GreatGainAthleticsInc.org, for more information about what we do as well. Happy to have you on, Ryan, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
This podcast series is part of the Great Gain Athletics Inc. organization and is brought to you in part by the creative producers at the Sultry Group. There's an art to connecting souls. Digital media content creation for the arts and souls.